Growing up, you were told to study hard so you can enter a good university and get a stable job. You did all that, got a stable job, but money always seems to be gone before the end of the month. And you have to depend on Maggie Mee or credit cards before you get your salary. You are living paycheck to paycheck. It's challenging, it's stressful, and it's tough. So whose fault is it? Your stingy boss? Your mother gave you wrong advice? Maybe it's the pandemic. It's certainly not your fault, right? Here's the thing. If you want to get out of living paycheck to paycheck, you have to take responsibility for the situation you're in, whether it's your fault or not. It's like dealing with the weather. You can't control whether today will be sunny or rainy, but you certainly can control how you respond to it. And it's the same with your financial situation. Nothing is going to change unless you change your mindset about it, and you do have the power and control over that. It's all up to you. Life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. You need to own the lemon, aka the situation you're in.
But what on earth does this even mean, and how do I own the problem?
You can start by acknowledging that there's a problem. Accept that you are not in a good financial position and that you need to do something about it. Then take a pen and paper and write down your current financial position. Some questions to ask yourself would be: how much did you make last month? What are your assets? How much and what did you spend on last month? It's like exercising. In order to lose weight, you first need to know what you're actually eating every day. Same thing with your finances. In order to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you need to know what you're actually spending on every day. Once you've listed everything down, you will need to categorize them into these categories, which are: 1. Fixed expenses. Now, these are expenses that you need to pay for, such as room rent, insurance, car loan, house mortgage, internet bill, the kind of bills that are fixed. Number 2. Variable bills. These are bills that fluctuate, such as petrol, medical, electricity, and water bills. Number 3. Variable expenses. These are expenses that fluctuate, such as groceries, eating out, and food delivery. And last but not least, luxury. These are stuff that you can spend on that you can live without, such as Netflix, Spotify, and online shopping therapy. Tracking and categorizing every transaction you make helps you determine where every ringgit is being spent. So you track your expenses, but you must be thinking,
yeah, I already know what I spend on, but it's not like that's going to get me out of living paycheck to paycheck also, right?
Just like exercising and losing weight, now that you know what you've eaten, the next step is to cut out the snacks like McDonald's and your Milo dinosaur. So what are some of the McDonald's and Milo dinosaurs in your finances? These may come in the form of that Starbucks coffee you order every day, or even that new pair of Nike shoes you bought even though you already have 10 other pairs. The bottom line is you need to cut out unnecessary spending. The solution to escaping paycheck to paycheck life isn't just by increasing your income, it's by deflating your lifestyle. Take a look at people who have won the lottery. A few months later, bankruptcy. Why? This happens because as their income grows, so does their lifestyle. Therefore, before we increase our income, we need to deflate our lifestyle. This means by accepting that it's okay not to always be up to date with the latest trends and tech. Don't live luxurious today at the expense of tomorrow. Most people live paycheck to paycheck, often spend their income like this: luxuries, variable expenses, fixed expenses, savings and investments. But to get out of the paycheck to paycheck life, you need to reverse this order in savings and investments, fixed expenses, variable expenses, and luxuries. In other words, you need to learn to spend what's left after saving rather than saving what's left after spending. Okay, so if you accepted there's a problem, track your expenses, deflated your lifestyle.
What now though, Sean?
So now that you've mastered all the prior skills, it's time to look at increasing your income. This can come in the form of increasing your skill set by going through a certification or going back to school. By doing that, you may be able to negotiate a higher salary with the newly developed skills you have. What if you don't just want to rely on your boss for an income increase? Well, you could start a side hustle. Are you an expert or something, or do you see a problem in the community where you can provide the solution? If you do, you could monetize it during your off-work hours. I hope this video has helped you and given you the push you need to get out of the paycheck to paycheck life. Remember that while it may seem really challenging, it gets a little easier, but you have to do it every day, and that's the hard part.